Hi everyone, I'm Abhiharsh from Criticart. Happy to see you again. And in this video tutorial, we are going to create some cool effect and animation using just CSS and HTML only. What I'm talking about here is some Christmas light. So let's first see what we are going to build and check it out here. And as you see here, here is our animation, and also here is our animation, and that's what we are going to build specifically. Alright, cool guys, let's jump to the good stuffs. So as you see here, I'm going to use Sublime Text 3 as my code editor here. You can use any editor you like, there's no problem with that. And as you see here there is only 3 files here. The app.css file, which is empty right now. My PG here, I'm going to use it as my background for body. So as you see here, it's a big image with the large dimensions, and also my index.html, which is also empty right now. So cool guys, let's first do our markup here. So I'm going to use as a title Christmas or Merry Christmas. Cool. I'm going to link to the app.css, my CSS file here, and in my body here I'm going to create my lights div. I'm gonna leave it empty right now, and I will go back to this div here later, and on h2 tag here I'm gonna say Merry Christmas. Alright, so cool. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this tab here. I'm gonna leave this one here. So go back to my code editor here. I am now done with my markup. I'm gonna jump to my app.css file to style the things here. I'm gonna select everything as always, after and before. So the margin is gonna be 0, and the pattern is gonna be 0 also, on the box size, not box size, box sizing. Cool. Border box. I'm gonna select my body tag here. For the background color is a dark color here, and also I'm gonna say for the font family I'm gonna use Arial as my font. Also, if this font doesn't exist on my machine, it's going to use automatically the sans serif font. And you know what, I'm gonna use a background image, which is my image here, this one. I'm gonna use it as a background, which is a pg.jpeg, and the background repeat, no repeat, background size of cover, and a background position of center. Okay, so cool guys, right now everything is okay. I'm gonna select my h2 tag. I'm gonna give it a font size, let's say for 3M here, and let's give it font size for the body 16 pixel, and now this one is gonna be 3 times this one here. Okay, so for the color it's going to be the white one, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of text shadow, which is 0 pixel for here, and 0 pixel here, and also 8 pixel, and a color here which tested already earlier, which is just some color with some opacity here. Okay, so you can use any one you like, just test and adjust for your situation. Alright, so cool. Now everything is okay for now, and you know what, I'm gonna open this file in my browser and see what's going on here. Alright, so cool. As you see, my text is already styled with the text shadow and also my image for the background, but it's not covering all the body here. And I'm gonna say the head 100 VH. It's the all height of my screen here. Cool, as this thing here. And also I want to make this text here perfectly centered in the middle of my screen. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my H2 here, and I give it a position of absolute at top of 50% and the left 50% also, and transform translate minus 50%, 30% for the y axis also. Okay, let's go back and see. All right, it's now perfectly centered, but what I want some opacity and some background, some dark background. I don't want to see the full image as it is here. What I'm talking about is something like that. But this one here, as you see, there is image on the background, but there is also a dark background on top of the image also here. So that's what I want. Okay, so let's quickly do the stuffs here. There is many tracks you can do this, but the one that I like is this one here. I'm gonna use a pseudo class here. So after body content, I'm gonna inject some content, position of absolute, top 0, left 0, wide 100%, and the height of 100% also, and the background color of RGBA, because I want some alpha color here, some opacity 0 here, and 0.5, let's say 7. Let's go back and see in our browser directly. Alright, so it's not as dark as I want. Let's go back, change it to 0.8, back and see. Alright, cool. For now, cool. But as you see here, my text is behind my background, my dark background here. What I want is I want to play around the z-index. This one I'm gonna give it a z-index of -1 here. Let's go back and see. Alright, so cool. Now this one is on the top. H2 tag here on the top of the background, the dark background. Alright, cool. Let's go back and continue our styling. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna select this class of lights, go here and style it a little bit also. What I'm gonna say is, for now, because there is nothing here, I'm gonna use span here. Okay, so I'm gonna select this one and duplicate it many times as you want, many times as you want. Alright, so I guess for now it's okay. Let's go and select my lights and my spam. Okay, alright, so display inline block first thing, and a wide I'm gonna give it a 15 pixel, and the height 30 pixel, and the background color of white, and the border radius of 50%. Okay, right, so let's go back to our browser and see if there is any changes. Yes, here is my spams. Now what I want is I want to center these spams in the middle of my screen also. I'm gonna go here, since these ones are just spams and they are displayed as inline block. I'm gonna give it a text align of center, as easy as that. Now go back. Alright, now they are centered on the middle of my screen. And let's go back and give it some padding also. Let's say, for example, I'm gonna give it a 50 pixel from top, not 5 but 50 pixel from top and the bottom, and 0 pixel from left and right. Alright, so let's go and see if there is any changes. Yes, now they are good, but I want some margin between those elements here, the spams elements here. So I'm gonna go here and give it some margin. It's very easy. Let's say, for example, for the top 0, but for the left and the right 5 pixel. Alright, so cool. Now everything is okay. I want a line on top of these things here. I want a line like that. So as you see here, there is a line here, and also things here that makes it very realistic. So we are gonna make it a little bit real and realistic and make things looks cool. So let's go back, let's close, get rid of this and go back. And to do that, the way I'm gonna do this is just like that. I am going to use, or you know what, that's before here, and also content Okay, inject some content, display it as a block, and give it a height of 3 pixels, and the background color, let's say for also this dark one here, but not dark as the background. All right, let's go back. Let's see. Okay, let's refresh our page. All right, my line is in here perfectly on the top of those elements here, as easy as that. So I'm gonna make also something cool to make this lights here looks very real. I'm gonna select also this one here, and before the same thing, content, inject some content, display it as a block, and give it a width of 15 pixels as the width of my lights, and the height, let's say, of 4 pixels. Okay, so let's go. All right, so let's give it also a background color as this one here, 444. All right, so good. Refresh. So as you see here, they are looking very good, and they are making those spam elements as a light. Actually, I really like it. It looks very realistic. It looks very clear. And now what we are going to do is some animations here. All right, so animation here. Okay, I don't know how I can write this, but it's okay. Keyframes. Alright, so the animations, I'm gonna do 2 animations manually. Okay, 2 animations. The one for the even one, and for the odd one. This one here, and this one here, and this one here, and this one here, as that. So I'm gonna call it even animation. Okay, here is my even animation, and also my odd animation. There is 3 steps: in the beginning, in the middle of the animation, and this is the end of the animation. The same thing as here. And in the beginning, what I want is only a background color. I'm gonna play around the colors. So I'm gonna say RGBA. Let's say, for example, this color here that I already tested it. You can use your own colors and play around and adjust on your situation as always. It's a very easy, nothing special as that. Okay, so my background color and also box shadow. It's very important to give this light a shadow. So 0 pixel here, and also 2 pixel, and 20 pixel, and 4 pixel. As I said, I have already tested these colors here. So the same one here, same as this one. All right, so in the beginning it will give it only this color here. In the middle of the animation, it will decrease the opacity. The only thing it will do is just decrease the opacity of color, of background color, and also of the shadow here. And in the end, it will return to the initial state, and as that, it will go back and do the same thing again. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of doing this, I'm gonna grab this 100% and put it here. It's the same thing as this one here, just to save us some lines of code. So the same thing as here, what I'm gonna do is the reverse of this animation here. If this one here is fully background color here, this one, it will go and decrease the opacity of the background. So let's quickly do it again. Background color RGBA, but I'm gonna use another color here. This one, 64 and 251 and 1 here, and also the box shadow, and the same as this one here, but the only thing it will be changed here is the color here. But instead of 1 here, I'm gonna go from #5, and in the middle of the animation, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the 1 here and 1 here, and again, instead of duplicate the code, I'm gonna grab the 100% here, because it's the same thing as 100% as 0%, as the initial as the final state of the animation. Alright, now that I'm defined my animations here, let's implement this animation to our element here. But I'm gonna only select the even child here. Alright, so I'm gonna say animation, and what I'm gonna call it even animation, and gonna give it 1 second of duration, and ease, and also both fill mode here, and the iteration count is infinite. It will iterate around this animation over and over. Alright, so it's the same thing here. I'm gonna select this one and copy it and pass it here. Instead of even, I'm gonna say odd, but instead of even here, I'm gonna unchange it to odd animation, but the same thing as those attributes here. So cool. Let's go back to our browser and refresh our page and see if there is any changes here. Alright, so as you see here, everything is looking cool. Alright, so very cool effect here, but there is only a little bit of lights here. Let's add some lights. Let's go here and say that I'm gonna copy all this light and then make a copy of them here, and also here, and also here. Many lights here. Okay, so cool guys, as you see, my lights go in the next line. Let's fix this problem quickly. Let's go to lights here and say white space here and no wrap, and also overflow of hiding. Let's go to our page and refresh. Alright, so the problem is fixed here. As you see, here is our animation. Cool guys, I hope you learned something from this video tutorial. Also I invite you to like the video, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I release every video. Alright, so cool guys, thanks for watching again, and see you later in the very next tutorial.